quite a fucking year. This is quite a fucking year we're having. But anyway, let's get into this right here where apparently I saw this and I was like, this is worth watching. But not to mention, I just want to catch my reaction on it. That's all. I just want to catch my reaction to how much of a shit show this keeps on going forth on. So let's go.
People have a different interpretation for. But for me, it's anything that's on my Twitter feed for more than a goddamn week, and that's exactly what happened with the Kenji doxing incident. Because what started as him breaking down on stream and revealing to everyone that he's been doxed 2 years ago and has been having to deal with the consequences ever since, evolved into something like you'd find in a crime ring documentary, bro. Like,
pretty much.
Involved, the fact that a member of a renowned Vtuber group was involved, the fact that the doxer was an ex-moderator of his, it went deep. And eventually devolved into another VTuber stepping in and pretty much fighting 1v1 with her community and his community. So it started as like this crime ring documentary and ended up as a UFC fight. It's insane, all in the span of a week. The VTuber at the center of this incident, battlefield, cancerous tumor, whatever you want to call it, is Kenji. And look, there's a good chance that if you know VTubing, you know Kenji. He's been streaming since 2020, and in those 4 years, he's managed to make quite an impact in his own way. He has his typical VTuber model.
Oh yeah.
Right? But over time, he also
I've been watching Kenji for a really long while.
Such as this one that he uses a lot, and this one right here that he teased for a while. Right, his community was so
Kenji is it's quite the meme on like in the VTube community.
He's definitely not the traditional type of VTuber, right?
Yeah, I know. He's a literal meme.
Now, in February 2023, he released this video called "Kenji Gets Exposed." Face reveal, sitting at 1.2 million views. As you can imagine, being a VTuber and revealing your IRL face is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially when your model looks so good. Because people have the very realistic expectation that you'll look just as, if not more handsome than your model IRL, with the same features, blue eyes, a cap, a hoodie, headphones around your neck, 24/7. So that's what happened, right?
No!
Actually, he looked nothing like his model, which helped a lot with the hype. Like, oh my god, wow, like we weren't expecting that. People loved it. It was cool. It definitely made a big impact in the VTubing community. Everyone was talking about it. But here's the thing. It turns out that this video was not as innocent as people thought it was when it released. In fact, this video wasn't even something that Kenji wanted to ever do. This is the equivalent of him having a gun to his head and having to do this video because he had no other choice. And you can literally see that in the intro of the video, which for whatever reason, people didn't really get much suspicion from. But honestly, when you watch it now after everything that's been going on, it makes a lot of sense. And it definitely isn't as funny as it used to be. Watch.
We might be doing a face reveal. It's not that I want to, it's that I got exposed. Sooner than what I expected, not gonna lie. Kinda happy we got this far. I have gotten exposed on Twitter. Not in a malicious way, okay? Are they like threatening you?
Oh my god.
Honestly, I feel like I could just...
How many times has he really been threatened? Let's be real. How many times has he actually been threatened? He's probably been threatened so many times.
He did get the views, he did get the money, but at the same time, he was reassuring his chat about something that wasn't true. This was malicious, and this was kind of a threat. And the reason he released this video was to out-dox the doxer, to reveal his face before someone else could, because they were holding it against him. But here's the thing. He might have revealed his face, but he didn't reveal his address. Who the hell would do that? He didn't reveal his real name. Who the hell would do that again? But the doxer had this information and held it over him.
Yeah, we kind of discussed the fact that you kind of have to be real careful with
this was a worry
who you decide to give your quote-unquote information to.
Because on April
but
17th,
either way, as a VTuber, you cannot at all give your information out.
Crying.
Oh no. Yep.
I cried on stream and broke down out of frustration yesterday. I was told Double VT, let's just call her
saw
Dove,
this.
was downplaying
we've heard all about Dove
a while back. Another VTuber. It's been fucking with my mental ever since he told me. I don't know who else she's been downplaying it to, but let me remind you, Dove, you didn't allegedly dox me. You put out my personal information, shared pictures, and videos of me in a Discord hate group. The reason I took down my initial post and swept everything under the rug was because I feared if I didn't get on her good side, she'd continue to cause trouble behind the scenes. I didn't want my government name and face being the center of attention. I didn't want to put my safety or my
I've seen this one before.
At this point, I don't know what to do. If she's that comfortable downplaying what she's
But
done in
yeah,
voice calls now,
it's,
I don't think keeping quiet will be the safest option for me. Also, to the people that knew what she did and still chose to fuck with her, suck my dick and block me, I'm tired of being silenced and living in fear.
Oh,
so of course,
yeah.
when this dropped, it was a bombshell, okay? This was a nuclear meltdown happening within the Vtuber community. But here's the thing. While people mostly understood that he was being doxxed, many people had no clue what the hell he was referring to, right? Many people were confused over what he's talking about. Because
Well,
those
yeah,
three
because it
paragraphs
wasn't out
contained
there.
so much more information than someone not
It
familiar
wasn't
with the
out there.
situation
When he
could
threw this
initially
out,
see. So, of course, this post also
no
had
one really
screen
knew
caps
what
of
was
that
going
hate
on.
group with proof, writing his full name, linking his personal Instagram. With
I like first. I just realized this. I didn't notice this at first, but I like how this is a hate group, but it's literally called Kenji support group. The fucking sarcasm they decide to put there. Jesus
no
fucking
remorse.
Christ.
This was back in January 2022, so this was 2 years ago. And of course, as you might
Oh,
guess, many
oh,
things
yeah.
happened behind the scenes for him to reveal his face a year after finding out that he was being doxxed in that hate group.
Yeah, we
only
saw
to
the
then
story
come out
behind
in
of what the
2024
fuck
and reveal
happened
this whole
right
thing
behind
to
the
world
scenes.
because he was simply running out of options. Immediately after, as people were still reeling in from this massive bombshell, not knowing what to even think, Dove comes in with an apology.
Oh,
look,
yeah, we
will
saw
get
that
to
one
this
as well.
apology. But
Dove with
first,
the
I think you should
apology,
get
but
to
then it
know
got
her
way
a bit better,
worse.
because she didn't just dox Kenji. She did way more than that. Dove is a VTuber, but before that, she was a mod for Kenji. At some point, she got demodded and had these very normal feelings of hatred start to build up. Because how dare you demod me? How dare you
boy.
take away my modding privileges? Now, yes, of course, it sounds funny, a crazy mod just being crazy, but she took those hateful feelings way too far. She would
Yeah.
go out of her way to go to other people in the VTubing space, which, look, at the time was fairly small. It's only been developing quickly now. And she would whisper in everyone's ears, telling them how terrible of a person Kenji was and that they should avoid him.
Yep.
Even doing so with minors. Look at this right here. Also a mystery to me. All
Oh,
about
hold on. I accidentally skipped a lot. Hold on. I just skipped a lot there on accident. What? I pushed a button on accident after he fucking mentioned... What?
regrets the fact that she couldn't talk to Kenji beforehand. Hayate's mother trusted and even went through the trouble. Listen, listen, take a step back and listen to this, all right? Dove went through the trouble to privately call Hayate, right? But seeing that she's a minor, Hayate's mother wanted to be in the call, so she still went through with the call, right? And spoke to Hayate's mother, telling her how bad of a person Kenji is. Like, look at the effort here, dude. That is so weird to me. Like, does anyone else here think this is normal? Like, okay, listen, props to the mother for actually kind of looking out for her daughter who's a minor on the internet. Who knows? Dove could have been like a 40-year-old creep. But dude, going out of your way as Dove to change people's opinions, to influence them, to let them know that Kenji's a terrible person, to the point where you'll talk to a minor's mother? That is insane to me. But that's what happened. So Dove would encourage her to make some sort of a twit law.
I don't
saying
remember
how
that
bad Kenji
part.
is to artists or whatever, to kind of stain his reputation.
There's a
And she
lot
regrets
of
the fact that she didn't
information
talk
I
to
feel like
Kenji
I missed out
beforehand to
on.
kind of straighten it out, because of course there's always two sides to every story. When she released the document, Kenji took time out of his day to tell her exactly what Dove has done to him so far, in terms of her doxing him and harassing him the way she's doing now and turning people against him, etc., which resulted in Hayate being very shocked. So as you can see, Dove is not mentally okay. Alright?
Yeah, no
This is
shit.
not someone you want in your life. This is not someone you want as your enemy. She will literally go out of her way to call minors to turn them against you. You understand?
Huh?
Insane. So this apology came 2 years after she initially doxed him, and 2 years in which she tried her damn best to turn as many people as she can against him, even reaching members of a well-renowned Vtuber group in the community. But they, of course, addressed this later.
Oh
Dove's
my
apology
lord,
came right after
no, you
Kenji's
don't
statement,
do
and it said
that.
this: first and foremost, I want to apologize to Kenji for doxing him. I want to make it clear that I'm aware of my actions and I've been doing everything to educate and better myself since the day I learned how severe it was for me to expose Kenji's legal birth name and his face in a group chat. That information is and can be harmful in the wrong hands, which in this case were my own. This was a huge mistake that I've done my best to learn from for almost 2 years, and I understand that the passage of time is no excuse for me not to be held accountable today. As far as the timeline goes, I doxed Kenji in January 2022 in a private group chat consisting of 5 people. I gave his legal name, as well as a few pictures of his face. My friends found his Instagram, as well as a family member of his, and sent it as well. Right, this wasn't just him that was doxed. It was a family member. That is so weird. This was immediately wrong. Unfortunately, back then I was not aware of the severity of what I had done, as I would show my own personal Instagram as well my face because I did not care about anonymity back then for myself. This does not excuse any of the doxing, and it was put more into perspective when I learned over time how dangerous it was. I had the wrong initial mindset completely. 9 months after I doxed Kenji in the group chat, so late 2022, he was made aware of this and made a tweet detailing what I had done while also sharing the same screenshots. While I was still learning the dangers of doxing, this was the moment that made it evident to me how awful my mistake was. I had no right to share that information, and I've had to live with the fact that my actions would have put him in danger if I had continued the way I was in that group chat. So right here, she's referencing what Kenji referenced in his post. He had said here, the reason I took down my initial post and swept everything under the rug was because I feared if I didn't get on her good side, she'd continue to cause trouble behind the scenes. So this wasn't his first time reaching out to his community out of desperation. When he took that initial post down, here's what happened. Within the following nights, Kenji and I got into a call together with a mutual friend who would mediate so we could talk things out. We discussed issues we've had with each other in the past, including everything leading up to the doxing situation and the post about it. We both apologized for things we were upset at each other for, and I had asked him if he was okay with me still supporting him and staying around in his community. He said it was fine, we said our goodbyes, and left the call. Following that call, I would rarely pop into his stream, and that progressed into me just supporting his offline content from the sidelines, as I knew he was still uncomfortable with me. I wonder why.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give him space. I spent my time with new friends in a new space. The damage had already been done and I didn't want to hurt him anymore, so for the past year and a half since our conversation, I've tried to move forward as someone who understands the hurt I've caused and stayed in my...
Okay, I'm a little confused here. How does this keep going? Like, it's a whole drama shit show and whatnot, but how does it keep going? Like, I feel like it's gonna be explained later on, but how does this keep going?
Giving him space in hopes that would help him heal. He is completely valid for everything he feels. I have and always will be sorry for what I've done. Seeing him break down and detailing his trauma on stream was heartbreaking, and I can't begin to imagine what he must have been feeling all this time. Kenji, I'm sorry for doxing you. It was a stupid mistake to have even made it in the first place. No matter how much time passes, it will always be one of my biggest regrets. I, as well as the people around me, will always hold myself accountable for this. I genuinely wish the best for you and hope that you don't still see me as the idiot I was 2 years ago. Now, of course, we know at this point that the statement is worth nothing because the reason why he even presented this proof again was because in a very recent call with another VTuber, Phoenix, she downplayed it. She was like, oh, I only allegedly doxed him. You know, it wasn't a big deal, but it was. So everything she's saying has zero meaning. She's only apologizing because she got caught. Plain and simple. I mean, look at this, dude. Look at this clown show. I understand and respect not wanting to support me anymore, as I know you all have boundaries, but I truly hope that you would believe me to have changed from how I was years ago and realize that I do deeply regret my mistakes and my past. I work hard every day to be a better person and will do everything in my power continue to reflect that. Someone quote tweeted that and said years ago, last year, guys, how the f do I become a bigger VTuber? Controversy sells, not gonna lie, you're right. Aside from that, grind out and pray. I'm a dox Kenji again. It's like, yeah, guys, I promise I'm no longer the idiot I was 2 years ago. We've apologized. I've grown as a person. I swear what I did was really wrong. It haunts me at night, guys. I swear. It's going to make me cry. I'm going to just dox Kenji again, I guess. So look, honestly, the best part for me when I make a video like this is having a clear villain. Dove is a clear villain. I can very safely say she's a very terrible person and she deserves everything that's been happening to her. But unfortunately for us, this isn't just a one and off done deal. Dove is the villain, bye-bye. No, because this group chat had other people who would pretend that everything's fine between them and Kenji, but in reality, we're in that group chat, we're well aware of the dox, and would also hate on him behind his back. And those were not small, irrelevant VTubers. They had fan bases behind them. Slowly but surely, other people in the group chat would start to talk about this because, I mean, they were forced at this point. Images had leaked showing exactly who was in that group chat. So you have someone like...
I'm in slight disbelief here. I'm literally in, like, disbelief and shock here. What? How can you be this stupid? Like, it makes no sense. You dox someone, you apologize about it, and then you fuck up again. How do you do that? How do you do that? I don't understand. You it's like saying, oops, I caused a fire on purpose. Sorry about that. I know it was wrong. I'll never do it again. And then literally like the next day, you do it again, because why the fuck not? Why? It makes no sense. Why?
Like Vtubert, who has a following, right? Come in and say, I don't know how to talk about this or how to express what I'm feeling right now. I'm gonna be cutting ties with Dove for my own mental well-being. But here's the thing, buddy. You literally own the group chat. Like you're right here, dude. You're right here. He makes sure to mention that this group chat was not the one used in the initial Kenji docs in 2022, and that it was created after Kenji and Dove's apology to each other back in early 2023. But in this same group chat that he owns, she downplayed the doxing. They were trash talking him and hating on him and trying to convert as many people to their side behind his back. I mean, you can literally see this guy in the group chat participating, saying, oh God, what happened? Someone came to me about Kenji because they also had experiences with him. It was completely by chance. Oh damn, update? Or did they want to be kept secret? Buddy, you know exactly what was going on. Get the hell out of here, dude. You're a weirdo. Okay, listen, this is one of the funniest parts of this incident. Okay, listen. One of the people in the group chat, in the hate group chat against Kenji, was this dude called Jiggly King, who openly had a diaper fetish. And he would apparently put oatmeal inside the diaper so he could pretend he was sitting in his own shit. His name was Jiggly, aka otherwise known as Vinksv. Please diaper me up. Please put me in diapers. I'm begging you so much to please put me in some nice soft padded diapers. Bro, bro, I just can't imagine. I find a group chat, right? Some people there are my friends, people I know, people I think everything's okay between me and them.
What
and then
the
there's
fuck?
this guy who literally wants to sit in a diaper full of oatmeal, actively hating on me. I don't know. Like at that point, I would literally just quit VTubing just because of this right here. Like I would just quit because of this. Like how the hell did it come to this? How the hell do I have a diaper freak hating on me? Something must have gone wrong.
Hi,
But the
Fox.
real
How's it
point
going?
In which this drama gets complex is
We're
the inclusion
just
of the Mofongo boy.
Just
Now,
I don't know how to explain to you what kind of shit show I'm watching here. It's pretty crazy. It's more about, you know, the Kenji doxing and whatnot, except a lot more information.
of 4 different male VTuber friends who are well known in this community, especially their biggest member, Rokami, the guy with the blue hair. They constantly collabed with Dove, and there was even one of these 4 members that was active in that backstabbing group chat. Things were getting spicy because, of course, they never expressed any issues with Kenji, and some were even cool with him, allegedly. You see how many layers of complexity this thing has, dude? You see this? What the hell is wrong with VTubers, man? Now here's the thing. Phoenix, the guy who told Kenji that Dove was still downplaying the doxing, in a voice call that he had with her recently, also hung out with her and collabed with her on stream. And this is what he had to say on the same day Kenji talked about the doxing. Regarding the Dove doxing situation with Kenji in the past, I want to clarify that I've held her accountable as soon as it happened. I've held her accountable every time it's been brought up, and I will continue to hold her accountable for it. I didn't and won't sweep it under the rug, and it's not something that anyone should laugh off whatsoever. I want to talk about this more later. Now, of course, the replies are praising him. Oh my god, good job. You did the right thing. I'm proud of you. But can we take a step back here and talk about something? As this tweet points it out, I'm just flabbergasted that Phoenix was the one who told Kenji, but still streamed with her, and his whole group, Mofongo, did too. Y'all are praising a man who still hung out with that girl. What the fuck? Like, explain why you did that. That's the thing, right? So he was aware that Dove had doxed Kenji. And yes, anytime it's brought up, he would say, wow, you did a bad thing, Dove. That's something to be ashamed of. But the next day he was collabing and playing games with her on stream. What gives? Listen, man, let's keep it very simple, okay? If I knew a friend And I knew another friend who doxed him. I knew about the dox, but they had not just doxed him, his government name, his address, but also a family member. Buddy, I'm cutting ties immediately. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They could have saved my mother in a house fire. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna say bye. Like, are you kidding me? Even if they allegedly apologize,
I don't
afterwards, bro, that is
understand.
a red flag. If she doxed him, what's stopping her from doxing you? So that's why even though he let Kenji know about what was going on, it still feels kind of weird. Another member of Mofongo, Andy SSJ, said, I would like to first apologize for this delayed message. I'm angry and disappointed at myself for not understanding the situation better. I will describe my side in the best way I can. First and foremost, I do agree with how Kenji feels 1000%. He has every right to be. Putting out personal information like that is not okay. Doxing someone is very serious and can harm not only the streamer but their family and friends, especially when one of the doxes are a family member. I do not have much to put out on my side of the story because the situation was dealt with between the respective parties. However, I will not excuse myself for not knowing the problem because at the end of the day, I deeply apologize for that. From what I was told, both parties discussed the situation and reached a neutral agreement. I now know that, unfortunately, that was not the case. Please send your love to Kenji. So he thought everything was okay. He wasn't part of the group chat. He just knew that, yes, they had issues, but they apologized in 2023 after the 2022 docs, and that was that. But he does take responsibility into not looking at it further. It does feel like it's too little too late, but he didn't mention that Dove was mentioning the doxing to him on more than one occasion like Phoenix. And then he says, I will be cutting ties with Dove. But then, a day after that initial statement, and 2 days after Kenji had posted about his docs, on April 19th, Andy comes out with one hell of another bombshell saying, I will be cutting ties with the Mofongo boys and fam. I've been informed about these hate group chats as of today that I had no idea about. I was not involved in any of these hate group chats. Seeing all these things about the people who I thought I knew hurts my heart. I do try and see the good in people, but the things I recently saw is not okay. I apologize to the people who were hurt in all of this. I'll be taking some time off to collect my thoughts. I'll be moving forward by myself. So, boom, all of a sudden, 1 out of the 4 people in Mofongo Boys is gone out of the group. Andy's like, I'm out. And the house of cards was starting to fall apart. But of course, everyone...
That's kind of brutal if you think about it. Like, these guys are like a small group of some sort. Excuse me. And especially when the name makes a catch, right? The quote-unquote Mofongo boys. That puts out a weird not a weird, sorry, that puts out like some sort of, I don't know how to describe it, but it fits the theme, right? And you are the theme. You are the theme along with the other boys, let's say, right? But when you lose one of your boys, let's say, especially like in a band, let's say, if you lose one of your guys, then the band just breaks apart. Because you just can't have, it's like you're all using different instruments and you're all playing this wonderful song, but now one of your instruments is gone and your song isn't as good anymore. It isn't as good anymore. So this guy leaving a small, I don't know, agency or group here, that just declares the destruction of the group.
Was waiting on one person in particular.
But honestly, they brought it upon themselves.
Biggest member, Rikami. A day after Kenji came out with a statement, he said, cutting ties, and linked a Google document saying, addressing Dove. I had to write this down as I know I'm horrible with words. I agree 100% with Kenji. Doxing is a crime and it could have put him and his family at massive. Also a mystery to me. All in all, I just have to gather how I feel at the moment and right now, and it could have put him and his family at massive risk. I believe he thinks I knew of Dove's actions prior, but no, I did not know until I recently apologized to Kenji in a group chat on April 10th. So that's around 7 days before
what the
Kenji
fuck?
I wasn't in a group at the time when this big thing happened, so I can't apologize for the others. So here he's referring to how he joined the Mofongo boys later, after the initial docs and after the apology in 2023. So he had no idea what happened prior. The situation and its severity was also a mystery to me. All in all, I just have to gather how I feel at the moment, and right now what I should do is certain. I will be cutting ties with Dove, and also I apologize for the week that I didn't know and I should have done something. Hearing it put me in a confused and emotionally paralyzed state. Me and him may not see eye to eye, but this is without a doubt 100% a time for everyone to prioritize him. I send my best regards to Kenji. I wanted to apologize for putting stress onto him in his community for whom I was connected to as well. And then he apologizes again for not talking about this as soon as he heard the word Doxx, which was a week before Kenji had talked about it. And the community was behind it. And then on the next day, he put the final nail in the coffin in Mofongo Boys, saying, after everything that has happened today, I'm cutting ties from the Mofongo Boys. So many things have made me aware of the actions of my group members behind my back with all this new information. This group was gradually growing, and if I had tried my best to know more, I would have been able to help everyone affected. I sought to find a place to fit in without knowing truly who they are as people. I apologize for those who have supported us as a whole. I'm fucking distraught and now losing my entire year of trust put into friends I thought I'd have for the entirety of my career and lifetime. I'll be better with my actions to lead your trust and not my words. Even now, I don't know everything, and now that I know I don't, I can't keep hoping for the best and trusting like I do. So man, poor Akami, dude. Like,
what
the
the
dude joins in
fuck?
2023. This whole doxing thing happened in 2022. He has no idea what's going on, right? He joins after the whole apology thing between Dove and Kenji had happened. He's just put in the middle of this
Yeah, no, I would be utterly fucking flabbergasted as well. Let's it's like saying, hey, you join a group, you don't know what the fuck has been going on, and then so suddenly it's like, imagine like you enter a nice place, it's all sunshine and rainbows, but then so suddenly there was a fucking fire, a giant fire right behind the rainbow that you had no idea about. Everyone else knew about it. You had no idea what the fuck was behind the rainbow. Everyone knew about it. You were not told about it. And then suddenly it just pops out. That is very much unasked for. Oh no. That... How does this happen? I don't get it. How does this happen?
massive war of backstabbing and doxing, and he's like, fuck this, I'm out. Like, I have nothing to do here. This is bullshit. And of course, Phoenix comes out and says his statement. He wasn't in the group chats. He didn't know what was going on in the DMs. You know, again, like, that's not what should have been the game changer. You already knew about the doxing. You already were well aware about what Dove had done. In any case, he placed his trust in the wrong person and it backfired horribly. So he also left Mofongo Boys. And with that being said, 3 members out of the 4 left the group.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was it. Overnight, Mofongo Boys was just...
What the fuck? Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to fast forward. Hold on. I was about to say that caught me off guard.
Knew about the doxing. You already were well aware about what Dove had done. In any case, he placed his trust in the wrong person and it backfired horribly. So he also left Mofongo Boys. And with that being said, 3 members out of the 4 left the group. And I mean, that was it.
Yeah, this caught me off guard. I was like, Jesus Christ. So the Mofongo Boys were just 4 muscular men. Maybe that's an overstatement, but yeah, that's the I kind of forget that I'm kind of a different trend myself. and I see something like this, I'm like, oh right, I forgot. Every popular male VTuber I know out there is like some anime guy, and I forgot. And then I look at myself, I'm like, yeah, I'm just a revenant. That's why that caught me off guard. I completely forgot the image of male VTubers.
Overnight, Mofongo Boys was just a dead group. It was over, just gone.
Oh yeah, no.
But there was one more person who hadn't left yet, who was left alone, and that's someone who was in the group chat, one of its most active members with Dove, by the name of Kage. Now, dude, Kage is a piece of work, okay? This guy is just, I mean, even his moderators are incredible. Look at this. This is one of his moderators. Look at what they said in the chat when this was all going on. So this is her talking to Kage, saying, Dove was super in the wrong. You also didn't do the right thing either by not cutting ties sooner. True so far. Listen, hey, I agree so far. Okay. You were literally the mediator. As much as I wish Kenji heals from this, I won't be supporting him either by saying I don't think he was in the right either by streaming all of his trauma. Huh? What? Huh? It sends the message to younger viewers and those who struggle with social cues that it's okay to use the audience for trauma dumping, and it's not. I just hope you can all heal from this. Wait, what? This dude got doxxed, tried to resolve this as many times as possible behind the scenes. This is trauma dumping. This was done out of desperation, dude. And yeah, if his mods are like that, wait till you see the guy himself. He privated all his videos on YouTube and changed his bio to this: I need help. I want to show people that I've changed for the better. Him and Kenji got on a voice call on stream, and this is how it went. Check this out.
I really wanted to, like, you know, I did.
Why
want
did it
to
take you
cancel
so long
like that.
to cut off Dub?
Oh yeah, I've seen this one
So
before.
about cutting off the. After that, I realized my actions.
Yeah, no, he sounded
I wanted to
bull
protect
crap.
myself, and
I
He's
was like, I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this was pretty much a PR apology, right? Like, oh, I was just trying to better myself. Dude, the thing is, he was an active part of the group chat, always talking with Dove about Kenji behind his back. He had a problem with Kenji, and that much was obvious. I mean, you really can't feel sorry for him for having been hung up on. Look at the stuff he was saying in the group chat. I hate to say this, but this man needs to be
I'm
canceled while
confused.
he's referring to Kenji.
I'm
Like, using this word, at this
confused.
point, he has the biggest fucking ego that I've ever known.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. I don't understand. If you don't like him, why are you affiliated with him? Not to mention, like, let's just say this, all right. Let's just say if I don't like anyone in the VTubing space, let's say, I'm not gonna fucking mess with them. I'm not gonna fucking say shit about them. I'm not gonna fucking talk behind their back. That's how you easily cause drama. Not to mention, that's also how you paint an what's the word? That's how you paint a very terrible face with you in the community. Just, I'm a little confused here. Why? Why do you want to shit talk a certain VTuber and just think it's okay? I'm a little confused there. Like, honestly, it's at this point, just mind your own business, right? If you don't like them, then womp womp, right? Like, what the fuck? I'm confused.
Oh, you know, I had realized my decisions, and I had grown as a person, and yeah, of course. People started coming out talking about how Kage had treated them. This is an artist, right? Talking about a commission that Kage had hired him for. So Kage had commissioned him to make something for him, right? And apparently kept adding things to the commission as it was near completion, delaying it. And since that happened, Kage, by the end of it, wanted to pay a bit less, right? Now you think, okay, like what, how much are we talking here? You know, like how much of an inconvenience is it really? It turns out the commission was $10 and Kage deducted $2, paying the artist $8.
For what?
I deducted 50 cents per hour, so that's like -2 from the original. Is that okay? Yeah, just pay me whatever you feel like. At this point, he was like, listen, bro, just get this over with. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Just get the hell out of here. He then changed his profile picture on Twitter to I'm sorry, and it turns out that it was an image of Google. I mean, no, look at this. Look, let's try this out real quick. I'm sorry, PNG. Okay? Okay, what about just I'm sorry, image? It's the same fucking website, dude. That's insane, dude. It's like on the first page, you just took this and cropped it using Twitter. I went through the effort of Googling this, dude. Do you not understand how sorry I am? He deleted all his Twitch content, said, I want people to see that I'm a changed person in his bio. And in this now deleted VOD, thank you so much, Arindel, for backing it up, he went live to pretty much say that he's sorry.
I don't.
Oh, I think I watched this video.
Forgive me. I really don't. I feel like I deserve this. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just. I just thought I was a good person. I wanted.
So pretty much like trying his best to guilt trip the chat. And it wasn't really like a very well thought out apology. It was just him pretty much rambling and saying things like that, right? So 11 days after Kenji had come out in public telling us.
Honestly, like, is it even... What's the point of doing an apology video? I'm a little confused. What's the point of doing an apology video? Is it just something someone does out of guilt? Because the damage you have created cannot really be undone. When it comes to creating drama in the internet, or like causing a fire that caused a massive deal, there's no going back from that. You can't, Like, sure, you can say sorry, but there's no point to try to cover a blanket over it. It's not gonna go out, because guess what? It's gonna be all over the internet. And guess what? I'm looking into it, and I'm also gonna put my reaction on the internet. So there's really just no point in trying to say you're sorry. There isn't a point. Sure, you can be sorry and try to have people understand that, like, that you're aware of what you've done and the consequences and whatnot. But again, it changes your image completely. So this guy right here, I haven't really watched him at all or anything, but I can already tell this completely ruins his image. It's done. He got himself involved in a very crazy ass drama controversy or whatever, and now he's fucked. Now he's fucked. And not to mention, if he didn't, let's just say, if he didn't have this guilt trip stream or whatever, he would not. It wouldn't be over. Like, he could have just waited it out or something like that. It wasn't that bad for him, but now if he takes it that far, if he takes it this far, putting a fucking sorry profile picture in a fucking guilt trip stream, then you fucked it. You fucked it. I don't know why you would do it, but you fucked it.
Us all this. Kage released a statement on his YouTube channel with the title "I'm sorry, goodbye." Right, this is why I take time to make these videos, right? I don't make them immediately because I know things like this are gonna happen. There's something called developments. It's 20 minutes. Let me sum it up for you real quick. He pretty much says that his rivalry with Kenji started a long time ago.
Rivalry?
But it's early on in both their careers. You know, again,
What
Kenji
the
started in
fuck?
2020. Kage was being a VTuber back then as well. So according to him, it started with how Kage was copying the format of TikToks that Kenji was using, that he argues other...
Huh? That's a thing? Okay. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I was told that before I started VTubing, I was told that there's a lot of quote unquote competition and that I need to watch out for myself. And I was like, what kind of fucking competition? Who the fuck said I'm entering a competition here? I'm just doing this because this is just my passion and whatnot. I'm not trying to fucking compete. Yeah, sure, maybe I'm trying to compete for the views or whatnot, but I'm not gonna try to snatch other people's views. But your viewer, for me, your viewer just watches whatever the fuck they want to watch. If they enjoy watching you, then they enjoy watching you. Don't try to fucking force other viewers to fucking watch you. Why would you? Not to mention, why do you have to copy someone's content? Okay, so you can copy someone's content, sure, right? As long as it's not too obvious. Let's just say that. It's as long as it's not too obvious. For example, for TikTok wise, right? I make TikToks myself. You guys have probably seen my TikToks and whatnot, right? I just format them in whatever way I feel like. And when I'm scrolling through other VTuber TikToks, I try to follow some ideas. For example, ooh, this VTuber uses this format. Maybe I should try that. Oh wait, this VTuber decided to just use one screen and just have a face cam bubble on top. They're just like ideas. I'm not trying to copy them. They're just giving me an idea. But this way you're actually trying to copy someone. And if you're trying to copy someone, you're not really producing any good content because your content is strictly relying on just this other person who apparently you think has better ideas than you, and you're just going to copy them. The ideas have to come from you and from what inspires you. Don't just fucking copy someone's content and fucking just make a duplicate version of it. That's not the way to do it. You need to follow your imagination. Imagination is your most powerful friend here.
creators such as Ludwig were using as well. And he argues that while he was preparing for his second debut with a new model, every time he would tweet a teaser, Kenji would immediately tweet something else, kind of making fun of him in a way, trying to undermine him. In any case, this hostility peaked when Kenji would subtweet him, saying, "I'm trying everything not to be petty, but seeing motherfuckers blatantly copy my content, edits, design, and jokes word for word pisses me off. Like, bro, how shameless are..."
Oh, that's one way to start a fire. Oh no, that's yeah. Sorry, my ears itchy. That's one way to kind of start a fire in some sort of funny rivalry. Honestly, I'm surprised that they just didn't become friends. Oh, I fucking, I rewinded it again. I'm so sorry. Oh god. Yeah, there it is. I'm a little surprised, you know, if I saw someone who was somewhat copying my content or is just trying to follow my idea, I wouldn't hate it. I would just say I'm inspiring them. I don't see the point of hostility. Why are you hating? That's my main confusion there. Why are you hating? You can just talk to them maybe, or just like, I don't know, just be bros. Like if you can somewhat even like make friends with each other and whatnot, you could make content together. It's all the more better. But I kind of don't understand why you decide to start a fire instead of just, you know, finding a better solution. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say. I feel like the VTube community itself is way more hostile than I thought it was. It's a little crazy.
Edits, design, and jokes word for word pisses me off. Like, bro, how shameless are you? Someone replies, "Hey man, can't you just DM them instead of subtweeting?" Kenji says, "No, it would be better to just post a side-by-side comparison and at them to drag them publicly." So at that point, Kage's like, "Okay, listen, let me just DM him because he's probably talking about me. What's up?" And they
Okay. Now they actually get into the DMs. Let's see here.
DM each other. Kenji confirms that he was subtweeting about him and pretty much says that, "Yes, you're copying me because you hired my same TikTok editor. You hired my same artist who made my model. You go live right after I finish my live streams and play the same games I play and even sometimes make the same jokes I was making." They then argue about this, right? With Kage being pissed that he was gatekeeping his editor, gatekeeping his artist. They both were saying how their actions to each other were affecting their mental health. Then after arguing for a while, Kenji says, "Overall, was the subtweet petty? Yes, I was being immature and I probably should have talked to you in the very beginning to make sure there was no misunderstandings. I appreciate you listening to my side of things and thanks for sharing your side as well." They then had a call immediately after to clear things up.
Okay.
Here's what Kage had to say about the call.
Assumptions and miscommunications, which was why we had our own call. I admit it traumatized me, but
He was traumatized, guys. In any case, they had a call, and as far as they were concerned, they cleared things up. Now, yes, admittedly, Kenji was acting weird. Subtweeting is always immature. I don't think...
Okay, so they did have the resolve. They did have the resolve that, hey... I'm a little surprised, though. He hired his editor. That makes me... Okay, that was something I didn't expect. He hired his editor and everything else. So, yeah, he literally just completely copycat him. That's... I'm a little confused. Why? Why can't you just hire your own? Or, like, there's a lot of people with, like... Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people with, like, a really good talent of editing and whatnot. Not to mention, I edit my own, TikToks. I edit my own TikToks, my shorts, my videos. I just do the editing. The reason why is because usually I feel like if I do hire someone to edit my shorts or something, I feel like they're not really going to be edited in the way I kind of want them to be edited. And what I mean by that is I usually know what's worth editing and what's not really worth editing. There's a difference between, like, what kind of short has to have a certain amount of editing versus a short that doesn't really need that much editing. You can look back at my shorts and you can tell that some of them I've edited a lot and others I've just barely edited at all, and they still catch a proper amount of views. They still just catch a certain amount of views, and it doesn't really matter. That the effort you need to put to editing is not really too much. It never has to be that much at all, unless you're trying to do something crazy or whatnot. But it's what it is.
think there's ever a time and a place where subtweeting is warranted. But hey, they talked it out, and at the end, he apologized and did admit it was petty and had a call with him, right? So that's cool. Water under the bridge, or so we thought.
Yeah.
A while later at some point, right? For whatever reason, okay, Kage was alerted by the group chat that Kenji was abusing his mods because, of course, Dove used to be his mod. He unmodded her. She always claims that he treated her terribly. So she sent her guard dog to Kenji's DMs, which is Kage. And he said, so I've heard you've been humiliating more people. Why are you ranking mods from best to worst? Bro, you are outing yourself right now. So what happened here is that Kenji had a vote for Employee of the Month in his Discord. And by Employee of the Month, he means the best mod, the community's favorite. And according to Dove and the group chat and Kage, this...
Don't do that. Don't ever fucking do that. I really hate ranks. I really do hate seeing ranks or whatnot. Especially when it comes to some sort of vote system. Now, okay. I don't think Kenji was really aware of what the consequence of that would kind of do, because let's just say if I had an army of mods and just suddenly I would put them on the fucking wall and I would tell the rest of my community to rate them. And let's say the mod that has received the least amount of rates, they'd start, imagine what that would do to their mental. Like, it's also going to depend on how they feel as well. They might feel like they're not doing enough, that they're useless, that maybe there's something wrong. It'll fucking twist their head. I'm confused. I don't think there's any real good guy in this. I don't think there's a good guy in this at all. I feel like everyone here is kind of...
This was mod abuse. To which Kenji replies, get off my d- we were doing a podcast and did an Employee of the Month thing. It's memes, can't hop off me. And then Kage says, I don't know what's going on here. Memes? What memes? Employee of the Month? Still shaming if I say so myself. Do you even pay your mods? I've heard a lot of things that happened during your podcast. Damn, being a bit aggressive, I see. So as you can see, he came on very aggressively in the DMs. Again, influenced by the group chat, by Dove, coming in hostile as hell. But Kenji still was talking to him. He was still replying. And then he says this. You must know a lot about the mods not being paid, huh? I'm sure you know about me giving $1,000 to a mod of mine to get herself a PC. Did you also know I buy games for the mods so they can participate in little game nights? Oh wait, don't forget the scheduled stream event where all the mods are going to get the donations from that stream. Now, of course, most people with half a brain would have backed off and said, you know what, I'm sorry, man. It's your mod team. It's none of my business. I don't even know why I'm in these DMs. I'm probably being manipulated. In any case, then he says, well, good for you on that part, but you shouldn't consider your mods as employee unless you actually pay them wages or salary. They are just
This goes... Okay, this keeps going back and forth. Like, okay, I'm looking at this like, okay, this is probably going in a good direction. Never mind, it's going bad. Never mind, good. Never mind, bad. What the fuck? It's like watching some sort of war. Yeah, like, I recently started looking into the Madness Combat thing. It's like watching the same scenario where Hank had his cake taken or something, his fucking cake eaten, and he literally killed a bunch of guys or whatever. Or no, not just his cake. what was his boombox destroyed or something, and he literally went on a crazy ass rampage for it. He killed like thousands of people, just all over a boombox. This is kind of the equivalent of that.
Volunteers helping you out. Also, why dispute this over 400 plus people instead of you and your mods only? But still, instead of ignoring him and just moving on, Kenji still insists on talking to him and clarifying things. Bro, I promise I'm not some evil guy. Like, I do my own thing, joke around a lot, that's all. What happens between us before was already resolved, and if it's not, I'll again extend my hand if you'd like to hop in a call. It's easy to misinterpret messages, that's why I don't like writing, and calling usually clears things up because you can't understand the tone of everything. So look, all this does is just show us that Kenji was always willing to talk things out. Someone has a problem, you can call him. He wasn't always perfect, right? He was a shit talker, and yeah, he did do some weird things like subtweeting sometimes, but at the end of the day, when you reached out, he was always willing to talk to you no matter who you were. Then Kage ends his apology by saying that he's grown as a person and that he didn't really participate much in the group chat after 2022. He really believes that Dove has grown as well. Whatever, honestly, at that point, he was just yapping. He even admits this. Check this out.
I admit, yes, in anger, we did try to plan something that would get him canceled, but it obviously didn't go through because we thought there was no point to it anymore.
I'm glad.
Everything was made up, which was why the Google Doc was deleted. Or
not only did they have a group to hate on him, but they also came up with an elaborate plan to cancel him. But thankfully it's been scrapped, right? So hey, who cares, right? So Kenji had admittedly ruined like a few careers overnight, right? People who use their platform to do bad things, and in the process,
It's not even his fault. Like, the consequence of literally, like, Kenji, just so you guys know, Kenji didn't even do anything. Kenji was literally just chilling in his life, his fucking career style, let's say, of VTubing. People hated on him, and it resulted in their fucking downfall. It's the whole fucking scenario with the fucking Markiplier hate. People tried to fucking hate on him and it fucking backfired horribly. I don't get it. Why? Not to mention, I've actually seen this guy before. This guy, like, right here, if you see where my mouse is. I used to fucking watch that guy. What the fuck was his name again? I don't know, but I used to actually see him for a bit.
process ended the Mofongo Boys project. And for many people, that was it. You know, it was over. The good guys had won and the bad guys had lost. Just another day of justice in the VTubing sphere. Until something no one could have expected ended up happening. And it ended up upping the stakes on this controversy even more than we could have ever predicted. Sayu, who was Zion under Nijisanji before being fired, and who is now a fairly big VTuber in the space, says this: "I'll be honest, from having been doxxed attacked myself, no one deserves to be doxxed, but those people also have to understand that when they spread hate in other ways, this is how it feels. Karma does come around. I hope they learn that bashing on others for content isn't great." Of course, she's here referring to Kenji. All of a sudden, you had a conflict between two communities that absolutely nicked the VTubing sphere in an unimaginable way. These two communities are both extremely loyal to their VTubers, both Kenji and Sayu's side. I'm telling you, the things that happened were insane. But because of the level of complexity in that incident...
Whoa! Why is AJ there? Why is AJ there? Why is AJ there? AJ! Oh no! I know AJ! AJ's a huge fan of Materakan! Why are you there, AJ? No! AJ! No! No! Why is AJ there? I actually know AJ. No! No! AJ! Oh no! AJ!
Things we have to talk about, guys. I'm gonna be real
Oh
here. I'm not trying to
no!
milk this,
He even has his Momo there.
but I just can't be fucking bothered to put it all in one video. I'm not gonna.
What did AJ even say? I'll be honest too. I understand why you feel. Oh, I'm not reading it.
I have a debut coming up, right? So I can't make a 1-hour video just like that. So I'm gonna be working on a part 2. Keep your eye.
Okay. All right. Turn part 2.
Because guess what? She was indirectly referencing Kenji of the highest degree. Okay, and let me tell you why. You see, this entire incident was very trending on Twitter. I mean, as you can see here, like, this was everywhere.
Why did I?
And me personally, the only comparison I have to the degree.
First off, the VTube community is such a small world, and you actually recognize a few community members, let's say, people who are usually a fan of VTubers and whatnot. And that was one of them I just saw earlier. I actually recognize them. Out of all people, no! Okay, well, let's not talk about it.
Was what was happening with Selen when she was terminated from Nijisanji. But
Nijisanji ended up in
with
flames.
Selen, even though it was huge on Twitter and everyone in the VTubing space knew about it, it didn't really reach the levels of mainstream coverage. You know, for example, Charlie made a video about the Selen termination, right? That's kind of how you know that an issue has gone mainstream. This didn't happen with the Kenji Doxx, which was part 1 of this. And this didn't happen with the very nasty conflict between Kenji and Sayu that we're going to talk about in this video. In fact, this wasn't just about the mainstream. I want to make something very clear here. No one made a video on this conflict. The only people who actually did were smaller up-and-coming YouTubers. But everyone who spoke about Nijisanji, about Selen, who usually talks about VTuber stuff, did not make a video on this. Look, this is it. And there's a lot of unrelated videos.
Well, that's it. Okay, again, that's kind of a good sign. And that's really what's the word? That's really smart. Let's just say that it's kind of really smart for them, because if they do get themselves involved, then the drama spreads onto them. And me, who is literally a little itty bitty small new VTuber, I'm gonna make content out of it. I'm small, and it's not gonna blow up. It's not gonna do anything terrible. I'm just watching the news. This is like, okay, so imagine you're living in today's world. You go to work, you look at the news, and you see all the major stuff happening with governments and whatnot. Now imagine the VTube version being that I'm just the guy who's doing his job, and this is me looking at the news. This is the news channel right here. This is what I'm seeing. This is the good old, this is what I see on Vtube TV. This is Vtube TV right here. Vtube TV news. This is what I just get to watch here. I'm not a big guy. Let's just say the big governments out there of VTube are like fucking what? Hololive, VShojo, Nijisanji, all that crap. And I'm just one of the small guys who just gets to watch it all. I just get to watch it. So I'm gonna enjoy it while I can. Because, you know, one day if I do end up like as a very popular streamer or something and whatnot, as a very, very popular VTuber, that's kind of when I just back off from all this drama reacting and whatnot. Or who knows, maybe it just might become my fucking trend. Who knows?
Here, that's it. That's what happens when you type Kenji Doxx. No one talked about this. And when it comes to someone like Charlie, I understand, dude. It's a very confusing thing. Dude. I needed hours to understand what was going on to make part 1. But when it comes to people who usually talk about VTubing and what goes on in the community, they were very well aware of what was going on and still chose to not make a video about it. Why? Part 1 had a clear villain and it wasn't a risk to talk about, but here it's different. It is nasty, it is ugly, and both sides have their problems. With two communities being head to head, and here's the thing, when you talk about this, you have multiple options. Either side with Kenji, side with Sayu, or be objective.
Usually, like, with how this even went, it's kind of like, yeah, like, at first I sided with Kenji, right? Because I was like, yo, why the fuck is everyone trying to dox Kenji? I know the guy usually fucks around and finds out, but that's his thing. So if you're gonna hate on Kenji for that, then boo-hoo, cry about it, right? But at this point, it got to a point where it's just a shit show. Like, there's no point in taking a side anymore. It's just better for all of it to fucking end. I'm actually quite surprised that it's still fucking going. Like, huh?
Whether you do any of these three, people will not like how you talk about the incident if it doesn't match.
Yeah.
Regardless, I will do my best today to talk about it objectively. This might literally be the hardest video I've ever done because of the complexity. So yeah, it would be cool if you can like the video to counter all the dislikes that will no doubt show up. And yeah, let's look at this mess together. Hey, this video was meant to be sponsored, but it got delayed by a week. So I'm just gonna advertise my Twitch stream. I'm live every day except for Monday and Tuesday.
Oi, no advertising in my stream. Not gonna lie though, he does look pretty cool. He actually does look pretty cool. I really like his model too. It actually looks really cool. He's got sharp teeth like me. Hey. Okay, let's go.
Big VTuber by the name of Kenji got doxxed. Not only did the doxer get exposed, but also a bunch of reputable VTubers were in a hate group chat with that doxer targeting Kenji.
Yeah,
we were there. It was a massive nuclear level catastrophe of a controversy, and a few careers were ended, including an entire friend group being dissolved. But then, as we thought that it was finally over, Sayu comes out, and listen, let's just be clear here. This Sayu, not this Sayu. Many people in the comments were like, dude, heart attack.
Okay, funny story. A lot of people were telling me about Sayu, and I was like, who the fuck is Sayu? Yeah, they were like, you don't know Sayu? He's like the most popular male VTuber, and I'm like, who?
What? I thought it was this side.
Believe it or not, I actually don't. I still don't even know.
I'll be honest, from having been dox attacked myself,
I still don't even know that much about Sayu today.
People also have to understand that when they spread hate in other ways, this is how it feels. Karma does come around. I hope they learn that bashing on others for content isn't great. And this, quite frankly, destroyed the internet. Dude, 1.1 million views. Referring to herself in third person,
I did not meant to rewind. Goddamn it, keybinds.
Kenji. But also, no one deserves to be doxxed. Destroyed the internet. Dude, 1.1 million views. Because guess what? She was indirectly referencing Kenji. She was pretty much subtweeting him. And for many, this came out of nowhere. She hadn't given her opinion on the subject. She hadn't been involved in the doxing. She absolutely was an outsider. And all of a sudden, you have this tweet. Now listen, this is passive aggressive. I don't care what you say, okay? I know if you're a Sayu fan, you probably think, oh, maybe it's justified, whatever. Listen, it comes off as passive aggressive. That's what subtweeting is anyway. And whether you like it or not, for the average person, okay, for the average person from those 1.1 million views, the only thing they really got out from this text is, guys, doxing sucks. But Kenji kind of deserved it. Like,
oh no, you can't be that fucking. You can't simply leave it alone, can't you? These VTubers are like, again, I am a small VTuber who's starting out and whatnot, but all you VTubers out there who are all the way up there, who are doing such fantastic. Sorry, I'm not grammaring correctly. Who are having such a fantastic flow. How are you fucking up this badly, Cube? Yes, welcome, Knight. We are delving deeper into some more Kenji drama that turns out to have a lot more than we expected. Excuse me. And it gets more surprising the more I watch it. So let's keep going.
That's pretty much what this says. It's not what she necessarily means, but you have to understand that there is intent, while there's also the result. And the result here did not look good. You even have one of her fans saying, "I'll be honest too, I understand why you feel the..."
It's AJ. No. If you again, I know I personally actually have met AJ.
Anything good can come from saying it like this. Please don't take this the wrong way. Now, why would some...
A quick shout out to AJ though. He had the Momo, which indicates that he is part of Materakan's community, and like I talked about before, Materakan's community is full of very wholesome and very logical reasoning people. So, like my hat is tipped off to her community. They are actually such a lovely people. So AJ right there was just giving out a warning saying, hey, don't delve into this. It's best to leave it alone. But
someone
yeah,
like Sayu, who doesn't really have the reputation of a drama seeker. In fact, she's a drama avoider. Why the hell would she post something like this? Well, as always, you need context, but in this case, not just any kind of context. We need to go back to the absolute fundamentals of what a fandom is. Look, as time goes by, more and more people are starting to watch VTubers. And if I had to sum up these people into two types of fans, here's what it would look like. On one hand, you have the types of fans that see VTubers more like idols. So think of it like being a Swiftie with Taylor Swift or being a huge K-pop fan. It's very easy to find fans like this watching corporate VTubers, like the ones under Hololive or Nijisanji, for example. This is where I would place a lot of Sayu's fans based on her corporate background. Now, on the other hand, you have people who see VTubers as content creators, not as idols. Think of it like someone watching, I don't know, XQC or Kai Cenat. You'll have super fans, but they will not have extremely restrictive expectations of you. Like, I donated $1,000 to you yesterday. Oh, we're supposed to get married tomorrow.
Okay, a personal shout out to my community. I hope you guys see me as a... Okay, let me get something straight here. I hope majority of my own community, which is pretty small right now, but as it grows, I really hope they understand that you are all content creator fans. Please don't be an idol fan. Please don't be an idol fan. I don't want to be seen as some... How dare bro have a life? Don't see me as an idol fan. Don't get me wrong, I plan to do some, you know, quote-unquote idol stuff. Let's just say, I'm not making fun of the idols out there. I'm just saying, I do plan to do some like music stuff and whatnot, fucking fancy stuff and whatnot. But again, I don't want to be seen as an idol. I'm just a content creator, and I just want to do what I just want to do what I think is fun. That's it. So I mean, I just hope you guys understand that I'm a content creator, not an idol.
Get a boyfriend. This is where I would place a lot of Kenji's fans.
Yeah.
He might be a VTuber, but he does not fit the corporate or idol mold. Now look,
Yes.
it's very important to make this differentiation between these two.
Now again, if I'm trying to place myself in either side of these, my intention mainly when I was becoming a VTuber was I saw, like I said, I saw an opportunity. I was like, maybe maybe the unique way that I want to make content is VTube. Because I wanted to create content in a more unique way, and I felt like VTubing was the way to do that. Not to mention, I saw there being many paths and many extra opportunities that I could somewhat grab as I grow within VTubing, right? So it's a little complicated with how I see myself. If I'm either trying to be an idol or a content creator. But honestly, if I had to place myself, I would just say I'm in between. Let's say, because again, someone who's inspired me a lot was Markiplier, and everyone knows who Markiplier is, right? Markiplier is a content creator, but he also does a lot of fancy stuff. He does acts, he does some funny other stuff. Like, what was that one channel he had that he deleted when it reached like 1 million subscribers or something? I forgot. But he did it with Ethan. He did a lot of side stuff, not to mention he did his own YouTube thing. I forgot what it was called, like breaking the bank or something. Breaking the bank, and then Markiplier in space. He did all that fancy stuff, and now he's making a movie. And he's done a lot of short films and whatnot. Unas, yes, that's that channel. He did a lot of side stuff. He didn't just want to be a content creator. He wanted to do a lot more. That's the only way I can put it. He wanted to do a lot more. And that's what I want to do. I want to do a lot more than just content creating. And right now it's going to be challenging. Don't get me wrong. We're on the fucking start of our road. But that is basically my passion right there. I don't just want to be a content creator. I want to do a lot more. I do not want to keep just posting videos, doing streams and whatnot. No, in the future, I really hope I'm just doing a lot more than this. That's it. So really, if when it comes to me trying to either be a content creator or an idol, I would just say I'm in between. I am in between. There's stuff I want to do in both sides. That's all. Be a content grinder? Well, right now we have to be. We got no choice. How else are you supposed to grow in the VTube community? You gotta make content. I want to be content, yes, but I don't. But what I'm saying is, I don't just want to be content. I want to do a lot more. But we need to keep making content if we want to get up to that point. It's not gonna be easy. We're on a long fucking road. We are on a long
communities
fucking road.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, they went up against each other. Now, you're probably familiar with how a community like Kenji's acts. They're very passionate and loud, but if Kenji would ever feel restricted because of them, he would tell them to sit the hell down, and then we would move on, right? You can't do that in idol culture. Your fans have the power.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. No, that's the strong part. That's another strong thing. If you need to be really careful with what kind of fan and community you have, especially within the VTube community. You need to make sure that your community understands you and they also respect you. And again, remember, I'm gonna grab my mic here. Remember, that's why I invented that golden rule. That golden rule that we all see in the Discord and whatnot. I posted it there for a good reason. It's a long way to the top if you want to be rock and roll. AC/DC. Yep. Literally my point. It's gonna be crazy, but we're gonna fucking go for it. I don't care how rough it is. I don't care how much it's gonna beat me to the fucking face. It's gonna be a long fucking rough road. Might run into some fucking bullshit. We'll handle the bullshit. I don't give. We'll just fucking handle it. Let's go.
Recently said that she's graduating from her master's, and people got triggered and messaged her saying that Oh, please don't use the term graduation. It brings me trauma, because that's the term VTuber corporations use to announce the departure of VTubers from their company. Like, dude, I'm telling you. Like,
That's
this is
that's
borderline
another
insanity.
thing
And of
I
course,
got
not all
confused
fans are like
of.
this. That's something I want to emphasize. But sometimes you will see situations like
Are
this
kind of
where you
like
ask
the
yourself,
orcs
are
from
we on the
40K.
same
They
planet?
all
Like,
they
I'm sorry,
all they
is
do
this
is fight
happening
and
right
simp.
now? And so what I'm getting to is this.
Seriously? What the fuck?
happens when a non-idol community goes up against an idol community? What happens when two worlds who are not supposed to be in the same universe all of a sudden collide? Well, it's like an atom being cut in half. You know what that's called? Nuclear fission. It's Japan all over again. So no wonder it was trending like crazy. And so now that you know about how different their fan bases are, let's get to know more about the VTubers at the forefront, starting with Sayu. So Sayu started streaming in August 2021 and then stopped streaming as Sayu in October 2022. This is because at that time she joined Niji Sanji's English branch.
Okay, let's be honest. I don't understand why you would do that, because let's say me, who is oblivious, why would you change your name if it's already, if that's what you've known as and that's what you've grown with? Not to mention, just yesterday, I saw a tweet about someone saying, "Hey, I'm looking for a new fancy name and whatnot. Do you guys have any ideas?" I'm like, I don't think it's best to take someone else's opinion. It has to be about you, and it has to be something that you know that you will be really happy with. I don't understand that point. Let's just say one day I joined some, I don't know, I joined some kind of fucking agency. Like, what's the point of me changing my name? Everyone's gonna know me as Mono. Well, what am I gonna change it to? Fucking Luda Oblivion? Ludicrous Oblivion? What the fuck? What the fuck is the point of changing
Their
it?
seventh wave called X Soleil with the name of Zion Lanza. But
Huh?
it was very short-lived because she only streamed from December 10th, 2022
Looney
to the
Oblivion.
4th of February, 2023, and then
fucking
got
name.
terminated.
That's a dumb fucking name. Okay, let's be honest though. If I let's just say one day have a fan named Looney Oblivious, I'm just gonna apologize to them and be like, "Hey, listen, I respect you for having that name, even though I literally just said it's fucking stupid." Sounds so stupid. It's funny. Okay.
On March
Went from Sayu to Zion.
Now listen, you have to
Right?
understand,
That's
back
kind of
then,
weird.
Sanji was still seen as this titan of the industry with a good reputation. No one really
Until
had
they
anything
crumbled?
against them publicly, and if they
Yeah,
did,
until they
would get
crumbled?
absolutely murdered. Okay. You see, it turns out that what Sayu went through at Nijisanji was absolute hell. But as I said, public opinion back then was heavily sided with Nijisanji still. And what they got away with multiple times, not just with Zion, but every other talent they terminated, was that they were able to turn
Who joined
public opinion
Indie
against
K-Song?
them and make them look bad, to them terminate them and just sweep it under the rug because people would
As an
believe it.
ND
That's
K-Son?
what happened with
Wait, who's K-Son? I'm familiar with K-Son. Hold on, who's K-Son? VTuber. Oopsies. K-Son. Her! Yes, okay, yes. Wait, okay, yeah, no, I'm familiar with K-Son, yes, alright. I was about to say, isn't she from V Shoujo or something? Yeah. K-Son, I'm familiar with.
Sayu. Now, usually when you get terminated, you can't.
K-Son's kind of fun, though. Kinda. I don't know. I heard some recent drama happening. Some small drama happening at V Shoujo.
An NDA, but Sayu didn't care. She went through hell. And
Wait,
she
what?
Because people would believe it. That's what happened with Sayu. Now, usually when you get terminated, you can't talk about anything that happened. You just have to shut your mouth and move on with it. Because if you do talk, you're at the risk of being sued. You signed an NDA, but Sayu didn't care. She went through hell, and she made this document, linking it in a twitlonger called One Girl's Story. And of course, to avoid the NDA, said that I wish to tell the story of a girl named Zion, not saying that it was her. So in this document, she talks about Zion in third person, but she pretty much tells us that, guys, Nijisanji's management sucks. This is something we know now. She made a couple of weird jokes that she addressed here and explained her side of the story, and that was that. But unfortunately, for the most part, The majority of people supporting Nijisanji could not care less. They were already brainwashed. They were already convinced that she was the bad person, that she got terminated because of that. Let's move on. It wasn't until Selen's termination.
Now this is another thing I this is the kind of thing I feared when it comes to joining some agency out there. There's no telling what the fuck their management is like. There is no telling of what they want to do with you and what they kind of want you and their agency for, right? It's kind of why, like, let's say if they produce me the contract, if I see one little like part of the contract that seems to like be attempting to take advantage of me, I'm gonna say no to it. or who knows? Maybe if I'm literally that entertaining, then I'm just gonna stay by myself. Who the fuck knows?
That people started waking up and looking back at all the mistakes Nijisanji had done and thinking, wait a minute, if this happened to Selen, didn't it happen to Zion too? Like this tweet right here with 26,000 likes saying apologize to her. Now Zion did nothing wrong. She was the first martyr and you all hated her because she spoke the truth. She told you Nijisanji was evil. She told you any color was black. Black company, you know, when they employ sweatshop type tactics. Okay, not referring to anything else. All right, anyway. And you didn't believe her because you ate Tazumi right up. Tazumi being Sloppy Toppy Tazumi, Riku Tazumi, the CEO of Nijisanji. Yeah, him. Sayu was a huge supporter of Selen, who then became Doki Bird, right? And in her post where she said, I will not
good
be
old
silenced
Doki Bird,
anymore, which was a massive game changer in Vtuber history, she said, I'm sorry you had to go through all this. Here's to new beginnings. Welcome back. But here's the thing. During the time Sayu was terminated as well, she was being doxxed, all right? A lot of sensitive information.
So much fucking doxing.
Minors. So it was
minors!
Of course, as it was happening, he just...
Again! Oopsies. Again? For fuck's sakes.
It also involved minors. So it was very rough, and of course, as it was happening, Nijisanji couldn't care less. They didn't do anything to help. She was being repeatedly harassed.
What the fuck is going on, dude?
Later, and no one seemed to care.
Is it me, or has a lot of recent drama I've been hearing about always had to involve with fucking minors? What the fuck is going on?
So yes, while she was happy that Doki Bird was fighting back, you could tell that a part of her was like a bit envious over the fact that, well, I'm really happy for you that people are standing up for you, but why didn't anyone stand up for me when this was happening to me? But due to this, her fan base is now extremely and utterly loyal. You understand? Because the people who used to watch her.
The way that this is fucking posed. This looks like she's fucking high. I can't tell how to put this. This looks like she just hired a bunch of fucking hitmen or something. A bunch of fucking soldiers ready to die for her. Jesus fuck.
Zion, and were swayed by Nijisanji's termination letter, realized
if another drama includes, I'm going to commit
really
car 98. It's chaos. I'm in traffic. Another drama includes minors.
Like she could be in any controversy. They have her back because they never want to make the same mistake again. They feel very bad about it. So while her fan base is smaller than Kenji's, one could argue that their loyalty, passion, and even sometimes fanaticism can definitely make up for its size. Now, moving away from this idol culture, Kenji is more in the mainstream culture, okay? He's a disruptor. He's not someone who falls in that corporate or idol culture category. He just wants to have fun. He wants to have a good time and shoot this shit with his chat. I mean, look at this. This is one of his models. I mean, yeah,
again,
right
that's
here.
why Kenji has been a favorite of mine.
Coming up with a model like this, their entire community is gonna flip on them. Oh my god, you're fat phobic. You're ableist. It's like completely different worlds.
Oh
so
my
now that
god.
we've established the context, the foundational aspect of this entire thing, right? What the hell is Sayu referencing here when she says, I hope they learn that bashing on others for content isn't great? Because of course, as we concluded already, she's talking about Kenji. Well, let's look at Kenji's reply. Okay, after she tweeted that, here's what he said. No one deserves to be doxxed, but you're mad because I reacted to you saying you like little boys and your jokes when you got terminated almost a year ago. And you have me blocked. Get off my d. Yeah, listen.
that tweet, and he said he literally just pulled out the gun straight out of his jacket and pointed it to her face and said, "All right, listen, you're being bullshit. You're being bullshit. If you don't stop, I swear to God." He said he's done with this shit already. He does not want... Oh my God.
I told you it's nasty. Okay, like I warned you, this gets deep. Or you're probably wondering, whoa.
No.
When did we get here, dude? When did we start talking about this and this? Well, let's look at what he was referencing.
Oh no.
What the hell is this title, dude? Niji Sanji Ien
Yeah.
Zion gets suspended for doing
Based jokes.
Thank you, the Traveler.
Oh no. Oh no, I think I remember why she got fired. She was making the fuck... Oh no. Okay, I remember why. Before we even watched it, I can already bet why. It was because she was saying how she liked little boys or something. Oh no.
This is like straight up outing yourself. Anyway, check this out. This is her as Zion. For context, the creepy guy is a rapist and this girl was a victim. Boom.
Oh man, no wonder she got.
Man, no wonder she got, you know, R-worded. Yeah, so listen, I love dark humor. I love dark jokes.
Okay, don't get me wrong. I love dark humor, but that's a little... Even that it's so... Okay. Does she mean twinks? Oh god. There's a difference. There's... Yeah, there is a difference between dark humor and then just saying something that's completely fucked up. Like, let's for example take 9/11 where I'll say I'll make a dark humor joke where if I see Twin Towers, I'll just look at it and I'll be like, "Oh, look, Twin Towers reminds me of a certain event." And I'm not gonna mention it. That's as far as you can go. But she kind of took it a little too far. She took it a little too far. There's always a silver lining you kind of need to hit when it comes to dark humor. But she said, fuck that.
But there's a time and a place for them. And especially when you're working for a corporation, that's you know.
Yeah.
I think that is, even to me, that's kind of going a bit too far, right?
Not to mention corporations are kind of... Remember that Niji Sanji has a rainbow in their logo? I think that's already much of a sign of them trying to say, we are family friendly. No, you're not.
And then you have this wonderful, wholesome clip that quite literally says, Zion is a Shoutout.
I like little boys. Yeah.
Use Elon, you guys. I can't use Elon. I don't have anything on her. I'm not too into her, you know? She's just not my type. I love little boys.
Out of all things you could say, okay. Out of all things you can say, okay. That is one way to catch a pedophilia case, and that is what you should not say at all. To those of you watching this video in the future, do not fucking do that shit. Clipped. Fucking clipped. Send it out there. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. That's gonna cause a lot of controversy. Oh god. That's just one way. That's just one way to... I feel like I feel like she's saying like when she says she likes little boys, I feel like she thinks that it's okay for her to just throw that out and whatnot. But to be honest, it's just something she probably here's the funny thing. Here's how I'm looking at this, right? She probably meant it as in like she either likes short guys or guys that are fucking what, a year younger than her or something. I don't fucking know. But if she actually meant that as in like she likes children, what the fuck? How could you possibly throw yourself this far under the bus? This...
And so I use little boys.
I let it resume for 2 more seconds. I let it resume for 2 more seconds and it gets worse. It gets fucking worse. Being an idol, making people act. Yeah, it really does. People are playing with their fucking. Dude, it's playing with your fucking career. Oh my gosh, she is hard. She's literally. She's doing the destroy my channel challenge. She is doing the destroy my channel challenge 2.0.
Hey man, we're never escaping. Genshin players are never fucking escaping the allegations with this one.
Yeah.
I like her though. I think she's cool. But, you know, I'd rather have a dad than a little boy.
Stop! Stop! Please! Please! What you're saying is just the downfall of your career! Take it back! No, she can't even take it back. She's fucked! She's fucked! She can't take it back. She's fucked! Their career has given them a small army of Simpsons. I feel like right there she just realized what she said.
This was her admitting she's a Shoutout. Now, what is a Shoutout? Let's go down the rabbit hole, guys. Of course, this word hails from the wonderful land of Japan, and it pretty much means the attraction to young or young-looking boy characters or media centered around this attraction. You're attracted to kids. Let's go, dude. Hell yeah. Genshin players have won yet again. I feel so happy to have played the game. Now listen, let's be real here. Unfortunately, being a Shoutout is very normal in both the anime and Vtuber communities, okay? So what I'm about to say is considered controversial and a hot topic. But if you're a Shoutout, you're a weirdo. Get the hell away from me. I want nothing to do with you. Thank you. In any case, Sayu took this whole idea of I make fun of everything a bit too far. Some of you might not think it's too bad. Yes, if this was in 2012, it would be completely fine.
Yeah, I know, they really could have.
In this case, let's just agree on something, you edgelords, that at least...
Hey! When someone fucking points out edgelords, I feel like it's directed at me because a lot of people call me an edgelord for what I am or what I look like.
Under a corporation, jokes like this can't pass. And this was what Kenji was referencing. But Nijisanji could not care less. In fact, this was not a problem. The whole I like little boys comment never actually contributed to her suspension. It was just the R-word joke that forced her to take a break of around a week and a half at the end of the year 2022. That's it. But with that being said, why did she make this tweet? What is she hoping to achieve? What does she want? Well, an apology from Kenji. She wanted an apology for this clip right here of Kenji talking about her. There are two major things that happen in this clip, but as you can see here, he had Googled what is a Shoutout. We already saw the definition.
Oh no!
He read the same one and starts talking. Watch.
Niji Sanji needs to do a better job finding their talents. Niji Sanji needs to do better background checks with their talents. This is weird. This is actually weird. Chat, no, this can't, you can't get any weirder, bro. At this point, you cannot get any weirder. This solidified the weird shit. This has been like an ongoing thing for her. That means it's like an actual fetish, yeah? She's a pedophile. Pedophile. Bitch, I want to see her goddamn, her shit. I want to see her fucking, her history. Imagine her fucking history on her computer right now. Oh my God, her search history is probably crazy. Holy shit, chat.
You followed her on Twitter.
Yeah, hey, taking that follow back expeditiously. Talk to me. I'm just disappointed. I mean, I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not surprised. Again, when you give, I mean, how many talents do they have each wave? And they've been putting out waves very, very, very frequently. You're putting out like 5 motherfuckers. There's no way you know who you're putting out. You know what I mean?
So this was the first half of the clip, right? And he pretty much called her a pedophile. I just overall was shocked at how Niji Sanji could hire someone like that. Now listen, let's go back in terms of context. Let's go back in time. Niji Sanji had successfully convinced other VTubers within Niji Sanji to talk badly about her, right? As I said, they ran a campaign to make her look as bad as possible to terminate her. Now yes, Kenji has a responsibility as a content creator to watch what he says about other people, of course. But honestly, dude got caught up in it like everyone else. He took the bait from Niji Sanji like the majority of people. And this is something I think many people can understand. The main problem though in all this is the second half of the clip, because watch what happens.
She has kids. She got kids? Oh, brother. Apparently, how do you motherfuckers know this? You motherfuckers are creepy. You're almost more creepy than her.
What the fuck?
Find out everything. You motherfuckers are weird. I'm rethinking my community. What the fuck? Those poor children? Yeah, no, that's actually creepy.
Oh god.
Yo, Hanny, thank you for the tier 1, bro. Jesus Christ. We learned from you. No, the fuck you didn't. I barely know how to use Google, bitch.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, minors were involved in this, and as I also mentioned, Zion, or Sayu, was doxxed near the end of her term at Niji Sanji. But what's also interesting is that
Jesus
by that
fucking
time,
Christ.
Kenji was already a victim of doxing. And while yes, he did call his chat creepy, he didn't really take any action to ban them or anything. Now here's the thing, this 2-minute clip that you just watched was part of a longer video that was uploaded on the Kenji Plus channel, one of Kenji's many channels on YouTube. And the title was literally, "This VTuber likes little boys."
Oh my god.
This video has been deleted. When did it get deleted? Well, it's simple. It was around the time that Selen was being terminated, where Kenji most likely realized, wait a second,
yeah,
maybe now with all the new info coming out, this video no longer is valid.
Yeah,
people
smart.
were giving him shit about it because, oh, he's trying to save face, he's trying to pretend like it didn't happen because he realized that now Niji Sanji isn't so liked anymore. But I would argue it's a good thing.
Yeah, I know.
Would
it's
you
smart.
like him to keep it on his channel instead? If anything, I find it admirable because many people wouldn't do it. Many people wouldn't delete a video because it would hurt their views, result in less revenue, but he did it anyway. But he did it stealthily. It would have taken him to just get on stream and say one sentence. Hey guys, the Zion video, I deleted it because I realized that maybe with all the Niji Sanji stuff happening right now, maybe I was in the wrong. That's it. None of this would have happened. But at the same time, he didn't think he'd have to. He didn't think that Sayu was going to call him out in public. And he also didn't read her document in which she said, referring to herself in third person, she is not at all attracted to them in any sexual way, you know, referencing little boys, and is appalled at the idea. And explains with further context about what the joke was about her, you know, saying, I like little boys. Talking about how several meta units were characters that had the appearance of young boys, but weren't actually. Like Venti, Kazuha, and Scaramouche, which are all, you know, adults. So now that you understand the context, this reply makes sense. After Sayu's passive-aggressive tweet, this is what Kenji had to say. And only violence followed after that. You even had 4chan weighing in on this. And of course, even racial slurs were being thrown around.
Oh,
and as far as I know, Kenji never really experienced that kind of stuff in the VTubing community thus far up until this point. I could be
Oh,
wrong,
boy.
but I don't think I've ever seen that. So as this was all going on, both Sayu and Kenji were liking and retweeting their own fans' points of views and explanations, further adding oil to the fire.
Oh,
This is a
for
Sayu fan referencing a clip of
fuck's
Kenji where he's sitting
sakes.
there with a friend of his calling Sayu a diddler, saying, "This proves Kenji doesn't feel remorse. Why does he justify her treatment and continue to slander Sayu after what happened to him? Sayu got doxxed by his chat in which he didn't remove yet talked about it. I don't condone him being doxxed, but this is karma biting back." Guys, Sayu retweeted this, okay? This is a tweet saying that Kenji's community doxed her when they didn't. They repeated a part of the dox, yes, but they didn't actually dox her initially. There's no proof regarding this. So of course, it's a pretty massive accusation. Now you had the two generals of the communities fighting it out on the battlefield who were bloodying each other in their names, also helping to spread some exaggeration and misinformation. Here's someone siding with Kenji saying, "Apology for what? You're a pedo and make rape jokes, and that's what the video was about. You say about him taking accountability, but then are you going to? He's done nothing but been on the end of racist comments from your said communities. Grow a pair and admit your own wrongdoings." To which she says, "I admitted to being wrong though? I also lost my job for it. What has he done?" Guys, I kid you not, okay? For the days that this lasted, they're both out there liking and retweeting everything. This was just fuel and fuel and fuel. So much fuel was used to add to the fire that honestly it was a raging inferno. Dante's Inferno, dude. The
What
painting
the
was happening, dude.
fuck?
And then things got even spicier because Kenji found out that Sayu actually used to be a part of a friend group that had Dove in it. And so he was making the connection. He was like, interesting. Maybe you contributed in a way, you know, kind of hinting, alluding. Interesting. This is her replying to that. So instead of talking things out, now he's trying to find any sort of dirt on me to invalidate and demonize me to the public so he won't have to admit he was wrong. You complained that you weren't in the right headspace to talk privately. You were in the right headspace to obsessively dig through Twitter posts and attack people. Yes, I was friends with a lot of people back then. Kenji was also one of the people who followed me on Twitter and Twitch. Funny how friends change over time. Guys, by the way, this was posted on the Kuro Sanji subreddit, which is a Reddit pretty much making fun of Niji Sanji. There's not a single person here that likes Kenji. I swear to God, dude. You scroll down on this, any of these posts about Sayu, holy shit, dude. Like, get his ass, Sayu. Go get him, Sayu. Sayu, you're finally learning. Keep it up. Cook this coward. People were even hoping that their favorite drama tubers would drop a video that will cook his ass. Well, guess what, buddy? No one talked about this because they realized just how screwed it is and don't want to get 50% dislike ratio on their video. Instead, you got an idiot like me talking about it. But as you can see, very loyal fan base, and they really want her to defend herself.
Hello, Akane! Oh boy!
This long post. Saying,
There goes
"Sorry
my
to comment on
ears.
this more, guys. I
Oh
honestly don't like
my!
this kind of
Very
video
nice
back
to
and
meet
forth.
you,
I really hope that
Akane.
people can't just be ourselves in peace and not exploit others
Yes.
for content."
Yes, we are currently. I've heard a lot of news about this doxing bloodbath. Let's call it, because that's what the title of the video is here, and I decided to look into it myself. You know, just to see what the hell is going on, because right now, let's just say, as I explained earlier, it's like watching the news when you're a new VTuber and you hear a lot of shit happening in like the agencies and whatnot, or with like the higher VTubers. This is like seeing the news, and I'm reacting to the news channel right here. This is the news channel right here. We're looking at what the fuck has been going on in this absolute shit show. And so far, it's been getting worse and worse. I don't know what to tell you. It's getting worse and worse. I don't know what to tell you.
Happened a year ago. Back then, I blocked Kenji and said nothing because I knew he and his community would continue to blow things up and spin the narrative to their liking.
You were both blowing things up.
Why? Because after he posted about me having him blocked recently, I unblocked him and invited him to have a proper conversation in good faith. I do believe that talking things out in private is the best way to go about things, but this hasn't happened yet. I simply wish to receive an apology from him. There are so many others out there who have been hurt by him and refuse to speak up because
This is like every beginning of
StarCraft, but I am not them. And I don't
That's
think it's right
fucking
to say
true.
that just because one person has made mistakes, another
Oh,
person is
my
justified in harassing you
lord.
forever. You don't have to like me, I'm not likable in many ways, but please remember that behind every voice is a human being. The damage you can inflict goes beyond just words on a screen. And then, here's the screenshot she linked. She sent him a message saying, you know I've had you blocked since you did that video on me. So you want to be unblocked. Why? Are you actually willing to talk this out? I completely agree with her, saying that
The news
talking things out
playing in a
private is the
bar
best
with
way
a
to go about things.
cowboy
That way you don't
at
have
the
your
bay.
armies, your
At the
communities
bar.
shedding blood on the battlefield
I was about to say at the bay.
24/7 while you watch. But she had him blocked. He couldn't even message her if he wanted to, and she was the one who started it when she could have just unblocked him and sent him a message. So yes, I'll go right ahead and say it. This comes off as tone deaf. What was done is done. She had messaged him and told pretty much everyone, hey guys, I'm taking the right step. I'm hoping Kenji can too. What did Kenji
Yeah.
say? Well, he references something that she said, which was there are many others out there that refuse to speak up about his bullying.
I started VTubing around the beginning of this year, right when the Iron Mouse shit show was going everywhere. So I came at like the worst timing, and this seems to be a very chaotic year for VTubing. So I don't know what to say. I feel like I was told that the VTube community is like such a shit show or whatever, but I didn't think it was this terrible. Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared of what I'm getting into. What did I get myself into? Welcome to the fun. What did I get myself into? Oh, well, yeah, now I know. It's gonna get worse. I know it's gonna get worse. First we had the Iron Mouse drama. Then we had the downfall of Niji Sanji. Now we have Kenji getting doxing. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Oh
saying you'll have the same
boy.
script or what? With 2 screenshots of both Dove and Tintrovert saying the same thing, that Kenji is a bully, that he's done this before many times. But look, I did my best to research, okay, because yes, during this conflict, I saw multiple people saying, oh, Kenji has bullied people in the past. The only thing I could find is him making fun of Da Capo, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, even if you know nothing.
People? Wait, what the fuck? Huh? Wait. Who the fuck? I don't even know who the fuck this is. Rip up 10 of their fans plus 10 bullet. Who the fuck is this? Immediately, I'm sorry to pause, but I'm so confused. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Why does he have so many fans? How come I never heard of him? He's a guy with hair over his eyes. Look.
Nothing about VTubers. Is that dude flailing his hair around, right? On his face, he reveals it, and then the whole audience goes, oh my god! He made fun of that, right?
Okay. No, this goes no offense to this man, but yeah, they are Korean. I'm guessing so, because the only times where you see an audience for a VTuber is usually a K-pop one, a K-pop or Japanese audience. He's some Thai VTuber. Yeah, okay, it kind of makes sense. But this goes like no offense to any VTuber that like does that. If I see like a man on a screen, that everyone just goes. Okay, hold on. Let me move myself here. Just imagine. Just imagine that I'm on a screen, and just as soon as I pop my just as soon as I do this, everyone goes fucking wild. I, even I would be confused. I'm like, I would be like, why are you all cheering? I just, I'm so confused. I wouldn't make fun of it, but that would confuse me. Sure, if it was, let's say, an animation or something, or like it's like that time when Goku unlocked Ultra Instinct. I'm not a fan of Dragon Ball Z or anything, but I can understand. Like, imagine if it was something like that, like, yo, Goku, use Ultra Instinct, let's go. Like, I understand that hype, but yeah, he puts his hair up. What is the hype? Yeah, that's what I'm confused about.
Many people hate on Kenji were like, dude, this piece of shit made fun of the capo, and now he's making fun of Sayu.
If someone made fun of me, I would laugh. Like, by all means, it's content. I understand, it's content. You can make fun of me. Like, honestly, it's funny. It's funny. I understand. It's funny. But your fans, man, I can understand that his fans are protecting him and whatnot, but
bro, chill. Let's take a step back. Listen, he did make a little short making fun of the concert, yes. But honestly, if I saw that clip, I would have laughed my ass too. Okay?
Exactly!
Listen, bro. It's
exactly
a concept that is restricted to VTubing to understand that if you were outside of this bubble, you can't help but laugh.
Exactly. Again, it's I know I'm in the VTube space and whatnot, but when I'm seeing stuff like this, I'm fucking confused. I'm fucking confused. I'm like, wait, I'm a VTuber. Are you telling me we do this? It's imagine like if I'm like surrounded by a group of popular VTubers, I'm gonna be looking at this and I'm gonna be looking back at them like, wait, this is what we do? We sing at concerts of ourselves just waving around. I don't understand. Yo, fit is mid. You're right. You're right, my good sir.
Now, yes, everyone has the right to enjoy what they want, of course. But the thing
Oh
is, there was
my
a huge
God.
piece of misinformation that was spreading about this that even I believed when I first saw
I
it,
can
which was
understand.
that
Let's
people
say,
paid
let's just say one day I
$300
had
for
a
ticket to see
fucking
this. It spread like wildfire on TikTok.
$300 ticket just to see that.
It isn't. It's fake news. It was for free as part of a convention.
Oh, okay.
Fans. And
For
when
free.
you actually
Okay,
see it
okay,
this way,
okay.
You think, huh, okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, no. If it's
I
for
couldn't
free,
find
that's
any
fine.
Direct proof of bullying.
If it's
from
for free,
Kenji,
that's fine.
Other than the fact that he's just a
$300 to watch your fucking favorite VTuber sing is fucking crazy. Even if I had to fucking sing, I would just say it's free. It's free. Just if you want to watch me sing, it's free. It's gonna be the same thing as if, let's say, if I wanted to do some kind of karaoke night. Like, what the fuck? You can just come watch if you want. That is correct. 5+5 doubloons. See a trying website to sign. What is a scam?
It's just an incompatibility issue. Yes, I mean, I've already made this clear. There is an incompatibility issue between these two groups. In any case, at this point, it just seemed like this was never going to end. She sent a message and he clapped back. He didn't say that, okay, we're going to resolve it. Things were getting crazy. And I was thinking to myself, dude, when is this going to end? What's the next step here? And why is no one talking about it? So then I got my Gymrex plushie, which you could get for $30, by the way.
No advertising in this stream. How dare you?
Wait, he's kidding, right? Like this is a way
Not gonna
to
lie
shit
though.
talk her.
Pretty
I was
sick
thinking,
stuff
that's
he's
not
got.
a very mature thing to do, Kenji. That's kind of weird. So I opened it up to see the replies, and people were like, "Can't tell if this is a joke tweet." I had no idea either. What kind of dumb image is this? Look at this tweet. His own community doesn't believe him. Look at this stupid ass picture and tell me to take this seriously on the first read. Like, what is going on? But then I scroll down a bit more and I see this from Sayu. I talked to Kenji in a call and apologized for causing him and his community stress. I was hurt and angry / hostile at what happened in the past and used Kenji's situation improperly. He did not dox me and also doesn't think I'm a pedophile. Don't attack anyone and don't send hate. And this is when I actually knew, oh wait, this is real. It's over. It ended very abruptly, but I'm just glad it's over. But the problem is, for many, this came as a shock because as things were heating up to the tippy top of the tension, they just do this all of a sudden and kill it all in 1 second. Do I believe this is genuine? Who cares? They did this because they felt that they had to. Whether they actually like each other and are okay with each other now, who cares? I will say this though, seeing how Kenji actually entertained that absolute dumbass Kage in DMs and how he was always willing to talk things out no matter how crazy they were, I do believe that they actually did reach a conclusion where they're at least neutral. Not necessarily friendly, but at least neutral. But this doesn't mean the communities are though. And this had consequences. Because right after the incident, even though they apologized and everything was behind them, Sayu comes out with a tweet saying, I've decided to private my posts for a while. I don't know how long or if this will help me, but thought I'd try it. I really appreciate those of you who've been sharing my posts/content, so please, if you want to, share clips and YouTube links, etc. Instead, thank you guys. And dude, look at this dumbass. Please, just look at this dumbass. Listen, granted, 2 likes, 200 views, they're irrelevant. But these people exist, and I want to just highlight that, okay? This is not the majority of
Kenji community,
but they
we
still
won
exist
the
anyway.
war.
Kenji
What
community,
the fuck?
we won the war. Quote tweeting her apology. Still don't like her because how she made herself look innocent and still didn't care about the jokes. Next time, enjoy your vacation and not Kenji, period. It's like, listen, okay, you fought for your general, you fought on the battlefield, you bled for your general, the general has shook hands with the other general. Can you just sit the hell down already? Can you just take a step back, please? Come on, man. Again, being on the Kurosanji Reddit, this is them talking about her privating her posts. They're also not okay with Kenji. Even though they've apologized, they're also still not okay with him. They're still hostile towards him. In fact, for whatever reason, they still managed to mention Tectone. Like, this guy is everywhere you go on
What the
Reddit,
fuck?
they hate him.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
So stupid.
What the fuck
People
is
even
that?
not giving Kenji the benefit of the doubt, saying, I'm going to assume that Kenji isn't going to address his fans and tell them to stop, before being corrected down below, in which he told his community not to hate on her.
Don't go hate on anyone. In fact, just go show love to
Yeah, bro, literally don't chat. I've been seeing I go back and forth with people on Twitter. Bro, chill. I know emotions are.
Oh my
So yeah, he did
god.
bring it up and tried his best to calm down his community. Now, Sayu's account remained private for almost a month before she decided to unprivate it 4 days before this video comes out.
Throw it out
telling her
behind
fans how
closet
much she
doors, but then just
appreciates
keep
them
fucking pouring
and her
gas
fans
on the
giving her
community.
A lot of support. Look, overall, a very messy conflict that will definitely stay as a memory within the Vtube community for a long time.
Oh
Any
yeah!
lessons for you to take from this? First off, never air your dirty laundry in public. Always try your best to resolve this in DMs, especially when you have so many fans backing you up. And speaking of fans, when you have so many eyes on you, every word you say will have massive weight. So as an example, if we go back to Sayu's initial passive-aggressive tweet and rewrite it, like for example, hey guys, having been a victim of doxing myself, I just want to reiterate that it shouldn't occur in under any circumstances. Me and Kenji have had our differences in the past, and in fact, I
You're
would
not
still like to
actually
resolve some issues I
enemies,
have
but
with
we
him.
shoot huge
But even
shots
though
at
we
each
have our
other.
differences, I still wish him the best and hope that he and his
That's
family
just
remain
the funny
safe.
Tom and
Bro,
Jerry
imagine
rivalry.
if that was the tweet. Oh my god, that's one hell of an alternate timeline.
That was. What the fuck? So much happened around this. What the fuck? Okay. I'm only slightly concerned the fact that there's just gonna be another thing that's gonna pop up with the doxing. And I swear to God, I feel like if something does keep popping up with this whole doxing thing, I think Kenji just might quit. I don't like to say that. I don't like to say that about him, but yikes, it's just so fucking much. I really wonder if he's handling it really well. I like how he's handling it, but Jesus fucking Christ, it's absolutely fucking crazy.